Welcome back to the Love Fix guys. Today I will be talking about your ex's problems are not your responsibility. Do you find yourself making excuses so you can reach out to your ex and try to fix them? So in a lot of my coaching calls, these are the typical things that I hear. My ex dumped me because they're a dismissive avoidant. My ex dumped me because they had a bad childhood and they're going through trauma. My ex dumped me because they've got money issues and they're stressed. My ex dumped me because they're studying right now and they don't have time for a relationship. And just before I get into the meat and potatoes of this video, if you've been enjoying the content on the channel, please hit subscribe and hit like. This will really help the channel out. In fact, subscribe and liking is more important than views to get this information out to everybody. And if you would like future videos on breakups and how to deal with your breakup and your ex-partners, please drop a comment below and I will do my best to feature it in a future video. While these excuses may be true and they may be valid, it's not your monkey. To quote a good friend of mine, it's not your circus, so it's not your monkeys. And what do I mean by that? Typically what happens when we get dumped, we try to put meaning behind it. We try to put context on it. And your ex may have said something like, look, I can't be with you right now because I'm focusing on my studies, or I'm dealing with a previous breakup, or I'm dealing with trauma and I don't know how to get through that right now. Okay, it may be true, but as the Dumpies, we try to take on that responsibility of, oh, it's my job to fix them. Let me reach out, let me coach them, let me see if I can get them to think the way that I think, then maybe they will come back. No, please stop right now. It is not your monkey. In fact, the more you try to repair this part of them, the more you try to fix it, the more likely they will pull away. They will push you even further away. And let's say best case scenario, you do find a way of quote unquote fixing them, or even in some cases manipulating them into thinking that it's a good idea to stay in the relationship. It won't work long term. I have no doubt if you get back together right now, the first 3 months will be amazing. But the underlying issues are still there, i.e., they are not sure about themselves, they're not sure about you, they're not sure about the relationship. They may well have all of these things going on, and that may be occupying all of their time, and they may genuinely be in a place where, hey, I just need to be single right now, and that's okay. They feel how they feel. Give it to them, as I've said so many times. And if you haven't listened to video number 1, go back and listen to video number 1. Give them the breakup. Just give it to them. It's not your responsibility to pander, to pester, or to fix what they're going through. It's their journey. Now, I get it, guys. I understand. I've been on both sides of this fence. I've generally broken up with women in the past where I just wasn't emotionally ready. I wasn't emotionally available, or I had a lot going on in my life and I could not give that woman my attention. And I've been on the other side of that where the woman couldn't give me her attention. And this has happened many times. And that's totally fine. Whatever side of the fence that you're on, you have to accept what the other person is telling you. And the worst thing you can do when someone is in an emotional state, i.e. the dumper here, they're saying they can't be with you for X, Y, and Z. The worst thing you can do is try to logic them out of their decision. You will never ever defeat emotion with logic. And even with that said, you shouldn't even try to defeat emotion, because they feel how they feel. They may genuinely like you, they may genuinely be in love with you, but for whatever reason, they can't give you 100%. So it is then not your responsibility to fix them. It is not your responsibility to coach them or to guide them through it. Now, depending on the situation, can you be there for them? Sure, you can be there for them. But as I've said in so many videos, it's not a good idea to reach out to the person that dumped you. Let them come to you. You need to let them come to you first, so they are in a position of safety. They are in a position of some kind of control, because right now they feel out of control. And now what you're doing as the dumpee, you're saying to yourself, you know what, there's a really clear solution here. If I just tell them X, Y, and Z, or if I show them how to do X, Y, and Z, they will get their shit together and they will be with me. No, once again, it is not your monkey. It is not your problem to fix. So you have to get out of this mindset of feeling guilty or feeling responsible. Oh, they dumped me because of X, Y, and Z, but if only I could fix this about them. If only if I could fix that financial problem or that stress problem or a problem with the emotions they have with their ex, you will not succeed. All you need to say to this person that you care about, is, hey, I hear you. I'm here if you want to talk. When you're ready and when you figure this out, you give me a call and I will listen. But at the same time, you do not wait around. You do not stop living your life. You do not stop working on yourself. You get out there and you live your best possible life. And maybe one day you may reconcile down the line. You may bump into each other and it may be the right time. But for right now, for right this second, do not concoct an excuse in your head so you can reach out and make it your responsibility to get them back. Whatever they said, they said. Now, they may be bullshitting. That may be the case. They may be making this situation bigger than it is. Oh, I'm really stressed out with work. I'm really stressed out with studies. Okay, that could just be another way of saying, hey, you know what? It's been fun, but it's not working out. And this is the excuse I'm going to use to get out of this situation. But it may be genuine. Either way, the reality of your situation right now is that they've walked away. They have said, hey, I do not want you to be a part of my life romantically at this point in time. Now, your only responsibility is to accept what they've said word for word. Don't mind reading into it and don't add any other meaning to it that probably doesn't exist. Your only responsibility now is to you, is to make sure that you're working on you, that you are fixing you and you are living your best life. You've got your own circus and you've got your own monkeys to worry about. Do not worry about theirs. And as I've said so many times before, a healthy relationship is, I take care of my shit, you take care of your shit, and we take care of the shit that we have to get together. To quote Rory from the Love Chat there, which I think is a brilliant way of looking at a relationship. So I want you to make note of one last thing. If they walked away, they no longer have boyfriend or girlfriend privileges. They can no longer come to you for emotional support. This is the boundary that you have to set. And say, hey, if you don't want to be with me, that's fine. I hear you. However, you do not get boyfriend and girlfriend privileges anymore. And that is the consequence of them walking away. It's also the consequence of you loving yourself enough and giving yourself enough self-respect and worth to say, I don't agree with this situation. I don't agree with your decision. But I do accept it because there is power in acceptance. And when you understand and realize that you have this power, you will function the way you need to function and you will move on the way that you need to move on. Therefore, do not ever put yourself in a position where you feel that you have a responsibility to them because of what they are going through. No, that is not your responsibility. As always, I'll see you on the other side.